You know, it's been about 40 years since I first started coming here with friends. We'd bike about 5 miles back and forth. Just to get here, we'd have rods and reels strewn across the handlebars. Enough money in our pockets to get a little bit of frozen spearing. We'd spend all day fishing for snapper blues on this very dock, this Barnegat dock in New Jersey. And I think, to me, that's probably what it's about for you. You know, you've probably got the same situation, someplace that means so much to you. And it's hard to believe for a lot of folks around the country. This is Jersey, you know, the Jersey Shore. Folks call it Joyzy. But I'm Jim Hutchinson. I'm Managing Director of the Recreational Fishing Alliance, and I did grow up here in this area, duck hunting, fishing, clamming, crabbing. And for the folks here along the Jersey Shore in this particular area, fishing, it's not just a hobby, it's a culture, it's a tradition, it's something that's passed along the generations, and it's something that's very important to the community and all the people that are here. And I know that you've got the same situation someplace with you as well. That's what the Recreational Fishing Alliance is all about, the RFA. You know, years ago, I worked for a fishing magazine, worked there for a number of years, and I started watching as the conservation movement and the environmental movement of the 70s brought about some really great opportunities. The water got clearer, oceans got clearer, fish got more plentiful. But then something happened with the environmental movement. It seemed to move towards something along the preservationist line. And instead of conserving fish and conserving places like this to protect for other people to fish, it moved on to a hands-off approach, more of a preservation movement. I know wherever I travel now, whether I'm fishing in New England or fishing for stripers out in Montauk, down in Florida for snapper and grouper, I've even caught striped bass out in San Francisco Bay. And wherever I travel and anybody that I talk to, they all tell me the same story. They're very angry, they're very frustrated at the limits, at the regulations, at the oppression, and about these preservationist groups that continue to take away people's right to fish. So back in 2003, I became a card-carrying member of the Recreational Fishing Alliance. It's a political action organization, a C4. Very specific mission to safeguard the rights of saltwater anglers, protect boat and marine tackle industry jobs, and ensure the long-term sustainability of our nation's saltwater fisheries. 2009, I became full-time employee of the RFA, a managing director. And what does that mean to me? Well, I see the RFA as the NRA of sport fishing. You have the NRA protecting everybody's Second Amendment rights. But back in the 90s, when we started realizing that something was changing and that people's rights were being taken away, folks developed the RFA to give people the power to fight back against the government, against bureaucracy, and against these people who wanted to take this away. I say it's a political action organization. Yes, it starts with a $35 membership. But what we do at the RFA is we empower people on the ground. We empower grassroots communities. People in the Florida Panhandle are experiencing a terrible trouble with the red snapper fishery. They're being denied access to a healthy fishery. What we've got down there is a group of RFA members dedicated to that mission of safeguarding their rights and protecting the boat and manufacturers, the local business community, the recreational fishing industry, while also ensuring the long-term sustainability of those red snapper and grouper and everything else that lives in the Gulf of Mexico. These people have empowered themselves under a Florida chapter, the Florida Panhandle chapter, using the RFA, the C4 umbrella, setting themselves up from the state level so that they can fight within their own state legislature, so that they can go to Fish and Wildlife Commissions, so that they can talk to local legislators, even their congressmen, about what they need down in Florida. The RFA works in Washington, D.C. to lobby for the rights of saltwater anglers. Look, we're not a charitable organization. We don't hold fancy cocktail parties. We don't slap each other on the back. We do fight. If you're angry enough to join the fight and help us secure your rights, I want you to become an RFA member. I want you to join a local chapter. I want you to get involved in forming a chapter, because that's what it's all about. It's about political action. The basis of a C4 organization, a 501c4, which has been in the headlines across the country in recent months and in recent years. A C4 gives people political power. Under that RFA umbrella, I want you to have that power so that you can fight from your state level. Fight with us as we fight in Washington, D.C., and we work with the federal government and the legislators, U.S. senators and congressmen. We will pass along the message from you to Washington, D.C. that you do have rights, but we need your help. It's not just a $35 membership fee. You join the RFA for $35, we increase our voice throughout the country and in Washington, D.C., and then you mobilize yourself under a chapter in your particular coastal area. Because we need to protect this. We need to protect this right for people from the time that they're kids, coming down and fishing along a dock, fishing with their fathers and sons, moms, sisters, everybody. We have to protect those rights. As your representative in Washington, D.C., RFA and our lobbyists continue to pressure on that mission. It's not just some statement. We live with a mission. Safeguard the rights of saltwater anglers, protect boat and marine tackle industry jobs, and ensure the long-term sustainability of our saltwater fisheries. Fish, fishermen, fishing industry. It's simple. I fished here, my father fished here, my grandfather fished here. This is important to me. I'm Jim Hutchinson, the Managing Director of the Recreational Fishing Alliance, and I want to help you protect your favorite fishing spot and that of your family. Join RFA. Visit us at www.joinrfa.org and join the fight to protect your right to fish. You guys been having some luck?